Hey, how are you? My name is Lufrin, and this is my channel. I've got a couple of the videos here, but they're not that much to look at, so don't even worry about them. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you my Criterion Collection, because, well, that's what we Criterion collectors do. We like to show it off. So anyway, here we go. First you're going to see all my DVDs, and I'll show you a few of my Blu-rays that I have. I don't have very many of those. I was collecting the DVDs pretty much exclusively until just recently, because I just recently got myself a Blu-ray player. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to start at the beginning. We have Grand Illusion, Lady Vanishes, Seven Samurai, Amarcord, Night to Remember, Hardboiled, The Killers, Silence of the Lambs. Oh, I missed one. What is that? The Magician, I think? Or that the Seventh Seal? That's the Seventh Seal. Naked Kiss, Shot Corridor, Dead Ringers, High and Low. I could read them all off, but you can see them. This is the first shelf. We're gonna go over here. These are family photos. Mom and Dad, me. We have Spartacus and The Rock. Black Narcissus. Another picture of my parents and I. Rip my parents. Both of them have passed. Straw Dogs. That's a film, man. I think I've watched it once, and oh man, that's a hard film to watch. Le Cirque Rouge. And out of print. I've never seen it, but I own it. Slacker, one of my favorites. I went to school in Austin, Texas, and I went to school in Austin right around the time, about a year or two after Slacker was released. So whenever I feel like going back to Austin, my Austin, I throw that in, and well, it is Austin. It is my Austin. All right. Ran. Never seen it. I own it. I picked that up shortly before it went out of print. Dazed and Confused, another really one of my favorites. Kicking and Screaming, I love that one too. Great fun. Seduced and Abandoned, another one that I really like. This shelf has a lot of ones that I really like for some reason. I don't know I don't know if it was just this run that Criterion did or what, but a lot of them are in here. And Dice K, a lot of these might be in my top 10 when I get around to it. Spirit of the Beehive is one that really, really resonated with me. Bicycle Thieves, a beautiful film. Blowout, what a great movie. I think I like Blowout better than Blow Up. La Haine, or as I like to call it, the French version of the Do the Right Thing. Overlord, good movie. Ace in the Hole, very, very important film, particularly nowadays with all the crazy thing going on CNN and Fox News and fake news and stuff like that. Breathless. This is an interesting one. I like it. It's there's some weird edits in it, but that was kind of what the French New Age did. Mafioso. This is a neat one too. Interesting. When I was watching it, I realized that at the end, there's a drunken man that is actually in Cassavetes' Shadows. He's the singer in Cassavetes' Shadows. Then we have some Azul, and then we have Small Black Room, Bottle Rocket, and Spy Who Came In From the Cold. All right, over here we have Chungking Express. I think that might be my favorite out of print title. White Dog. That's Amishima. That's another one that I really, really quite enjoyed. White Dog, Wise Blood, man, Wise Blood and Friends of Eddie Coyle. For a while, Criterion was releasing DVDs and books, and I wish they had done it with these two, particularly Friends of Eddie Coyle. What a great book that was. Howard's End, Monsoon Wedding. That was one. That's an acquired taste. I've watched that once or twice, and I don't know if I like it a lot, but I do enjoy it. Wings of Desire. This is a cool one. My favorite scene in that is the angels in the library. Paris, Texas. That's another one that gets a lot of talking about on the Criterion channels and Criterion boards. Make Way for Tomorrow, a heartbreaking film. Stagecoach. This is one of my dad's favorite movies, and that's probably the reason why it's in my collection. I like it too. I think it's wonderful. Mystery Train. I just rewatched this one recently. I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but I rewatched it. I think, wow, it's pretty good. Louis Blue and Crumb. Crumb. Now that's one that really kind of messes with my head. When I watch that one, whenever I watch Crumb, I tend to do a double bill with that and a documentary I have about Bukowski. They seem to go together. I wish Criterion would give the Bukowski a treatment. I think it was worth it. House. As Dice K says, I have no idea what that movie is about. Absolutely none. Not at all. It's weird. Strangely lovely weird. Night of the Hunter. I think Night of the Hunter is a very interesting movie. It's fun. My favorite line is simply, "Children, children." It's also very cool to compare the monologue between love and hate that is in this film and the one that is in Do the Right Thing. It's very interesting. Something Wild, The Killing, 12 Angry Men. Now this one, it's a movie that's just, wow. It's one of those that is it's claustrophobic. It really is truly claustrophobic for me to watch. Godzilla is one of my favorite packages that Criterion did. Let me see. Vanya on 42nd Street is a wonderful film. Anatomy of Murder is another very good one. There's a lawyer that's on YouTube that breaks down movies from a lawyer point of view, and he says and he gave this very, very high ratings. Letter Never Sent. One I own. I've never seen it. I bought it at a half price bookstore, I think, and I've just never gotten around to see it. Harold and Maude. This is this one here. The soundtrack is perhaps one of the best in the whole collection. Shallow Grave. This is a definite 90s film. I think it's dated. It's okay. Being John Malkovich is kind of the same. Eating Raoul. Oh, this one's hilarious. It's one that I think should get more talking about, but it doesn't. Another one that I missed, it's up there somewhere, is Closely Watched Trains. I think that is such a wonderful film. This is The Game, and this is one of my least favorite covers because it's so dark. It just kind of falls into it just kind of gets lost in the whole collection and spines. On the Waterfront, I love this film. Quick story: my grandfather was a tugboat, worked on the tugboats on the Hudson in Manhattan. He lived in Brooklyn, and so whenever I watch On the Waterfront, I feel like I'm hanging out with my grandfather. Repo Man, good film. You know, like my ceramic Coleman. I need to dust them a little bit, but anyway. Life is Sweet. This was a film that I just kind of picked up randomly. I can't remember if I bought it at a Barnes & Noble sale. I forgot at a half-price bookstore. I was not sure what to think. This was a complete blind buy, and it totally blew me away. Safety First, or Safety Last. Interesting film. Seconds. This one, I saw this when I was a kid. Oh, hello. That's Mia. She wanted to say hello to the people. I saw Seconds on a cable access channel when I was a kid, probably like 10 or 11, and it's one of those that really, really stuck with me. And it's another one that was like that is Targets, another film that I wish was in the collection but is not, by Brankonovich. Wow, both of them are amazing. To Be or Not to Be, great film. La Cage aux Folles. I wish that I know I destroyed that title, and I apologize. I wish that Criterion had been able to get the rights to The Birdcage as well. That would have been a fantastic double disc set. Foreign Correspondent. I picked this one up. I think it was the last Criterion sale. I think maybe not the last one before that. I just picked it up, and it was really good. The end is a little weird, but I think they kind of said they tacked that on. The Great Beauty. I started it. I have not finished it. Riot in Cell Block 11. Wow, timely film, really is. Eraserhead. This one is one of those that makes me kind of go, ooh. It's tough for me to. I've watched it once since I bought it, but I've had it before. I actually had a pirated copy of it on VHS that I watched, and I still don't know what it means at all. Tootsie, and this is one of my favorite films. It's just a quintessential '80s film. Actually, it's one of those that you gotta watch. It's just an '80s film. bar none. All right, I'm gonna start getting a little dark here. Maybe. Let's see. It happened one night. What a wonderful movie. It is. This is probably one of the cutest movies I own. I think it's just adorable. It is. I think it might be the best rom-com ever. I've heard that said before, and I agree with it. If certainly is perhaps the first. Oh, let's see what we have. We have Fellini. We have Watership Down. That's Watership. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, that freaked me out. And I've watched it once, and I still had the same visceral reaction that I had when I was 8 or 9, whenever I saw it. Confession. This is another one that I picked up when I heard it was going out of print. Excuse me. I've seen parts of it. I have not watched the whole thing yet. I have that problem. Fisher King. Oh man, this is another one. I love the movie, but I think the cover is awful. I just think who the artist did this, who's kind of mailed it in. I mean, it's. I mean, look at that. It's yeah. I just like the cover. I don't think the cover does the movie justice. And whoever designed that should probably be fired immediately. The Black Beauty. This was one of the first movies I ever saw in the movie theaters. I remember watching this on the big screen. And this is one of those that you want to watch it all the way through the credits. What a wonderful film. Mulholland Drive. It's a David Lynch, so you know it's going to be a little on the weird side. In Cold Blood is another one I wish they could have figured out a way, that Criterion could have figured out the way, or could have gotten the rights to the book. The book is amazing. The movie is fantastic. Lady Snowblood, Bitter Rice. That was a total blind buy on my part, and it was amazing. I loved it. I don't know why. I need to go back and rewatch it, but it was great. The Graduate, another one of those films that's got a fantastic soundtrack. It's just, it really is. Manchurian Candidate. This one right here is one that really means a lot to me. Only Angels Have Wings. It was, the last time my parents and I went to New York City before my dad passed, we were staying in a hotel, and this was the movie that was on, and I fell in love with it, and I absolutely fell in love with Jean Arthur. I think she is, she's one of my favorite actresses from the golden era. Absolutely wonderful. Paris Belongs to Us. I own it, but I've never seen it. I keep putting it in, but for some reason I just never watch it. Valley of the Dolls. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Dreams. Asphalt Jungle. Ugh, what a great movie. Tampopo. Hold on. We need Ghost World. This is another one that I watch Ghost World sometimes. I do Ghost World and Chrome as a double feature because they kind of go together for various reasons. It's Girl Friday. Great movie. A lot of fun. See, here's Blow Up. Blow Up, I think, is not as good. It's good, but it's very dated. Oh my. Oh, is it dated? I think that Blow Out, which is a kind of a retelling of Blow Up, is actually a better film. Women of the Year, I like that one too. Tom Popo, this was one that really snuck up on me. I didn't know that you could make such a wonderful movie about food, and in particular ramen. And the egg scene in that is just, it's weird. The Breaking Point, this is another one that really snuck up on me. It was I borrowed it from the library before I purchased it. I didn't know what to expect, and I was totally blown away. It's probably one of my favorite noirs. Festival, this is a great one too. I love it a lot. Philadelphia Story. Desert Hearts. This is a beautiful. If nothing, it's a love story. It really is, and it's wonderful. It's a beautifully photographed film. Breakfast Club, another quintessential '80s film. You got to watch that. Daniel Blake. That's one that really took me by surprise. I blind bought it. Maybe I saw it maybe I borrowed it from the library first. I don't remember, but it's just one that really just kind of made me go, wow. Western Front 1918 and Camera Shaft. That's another one. Night of the Living Dead. I'm gonna tell a truth on myself. I'd never seen Night of the Living Dead until I actually bought it on the Criterion, and I was amazed. Wow, it was such a wonderful film. It truly was frightening to me. It was just great the way they did it. This is another movie I've never actually seen. I like the front cover, but I don't like the fact that it's got a black spine, so and you can't really see it in the on the shelf. Oh, Awful Truth. Yeah, that's a good one too. I like that one a lot. Dead Man. The only thing whenever I think of Dead Man is the line "fucking white man." God, that makes me laugh every time that guy. Fucking white man. Moonrise. This was another one. This took me a while to get through, but I like it. Midnight Cowboy. Quintessential. Bull Durham. I'm not really sure why this got the Criterion treatment. I'm really not sure. It's a good movie, but I don't think it's all that. What is this one? See, this is Dragon Inn. I got his other one around here somewhere. It's somewhere else. Let's see. Raising the Sun. This is another one that is just an amazing film. I'm actually one of the characters' names. One of the characters in there actually has my name, which is kind of cool. Dry White Season, 40 Guns. This was a good one. It totally turns the whole Western on its ear, I think. We're going to come down here, and we have. Sorry, it might be getting a little darker down here. We have In the Heat of the Night. Another one's got an amazing soundtrack. Verite. I'm going to be perfectly honest. The cover sold me. I mean, damn. Talk about a moment of ecstasy. I have yet to actually watch the film, but I love the cover. Sleep with Anger. I'd never heard of the director, Charles Burnett. Yeah, Charles Burnett. Never heard of him, and I watched it and I loved it, and then I went and I purchased his Killer of Sheep, which was amazing. I have two clip sets, Samuel Fuller, and I just simply call it the Japanese Noir. Great films. Those are a lot of fun. So is Samuel Fuller. Showa. Whew, that's a tough one to watch. Furious. It's another one that has a book to it. That's why I bought it. I have all my box sets together. Two-Lane Blacktop. That's a fun one. I'm not particularly a fan of the ending, but I think it's a neat movie. It's interesting to read some of the backstory about it. Shortcuts. Another one that's got the book to it. Yeah, wow. Shortcuts is one that it's tough. That movie's tough to watch. It really is. Man Who Fell to Earth. And again, has the book out of print. I have a few out of print Criterion, which I'm very proud of. A Vampire with its script. Mr. Arkadin again has a book to it. That's why I purchased it more actually. This one right here, honestly, the only reason I bought this was the box set. I like the fact that it looks like a suitcase. I don't know. I just think that was kind of clever. John Cassavetes. I mean, you got to have John Cassavetes in your collection, right? Berlin Alexander Pants or Alexander Plots. There we go. I don't know why I call it Alexander Pants, but that's what it ends up being called. I don't know. I bought it on eBay. I don't know how much I paid for it. I haven't watched it yet. It's one of those that's on my list. It's my to get to eventually. The complete Tati. He's just he was brilliant. He was just absolutely brilliant, completely brilliant. I don't particularly care for the one film in here that is the Carnival or no, the Circus. So that was kind of weird, but whatever. The War Trilogy. Wow. It just blew that one blew me away. America Lost and Found. Another great box set, and again another box set that they really did well with the cover, making it look like a drive-in. And these three right here, no one really talks about these. The White Mane, Paddle to the Sea, and the Red Balloon. Red Balloon is honestly the very first foreign film I ever watched. I remember watching it for the first time in the 3rd grade. Mrs. Smith showed it. All right, we're going to go over here. And I got the AK-100. AK-100, 25 films by Akira Kurosawa. I can never say his name. I apologize. Yeah. And then we got moving all the stuff that I have on my shelves that are in front of my films. And then I have Take Take It Hanging Rock, Do the Right Thing. That's my newest one. I got the DVD of Do the Right Thing over there. Nashville. I've tried to get into that. I can't get into it. Mad World, I absolutely love. Red River has the book to it. Scanners. La Mamba Tambien. Wow. That first scene is, whoo! That'll wake you up. Princess Bride, I love this. It comes in a little book. I'm going to tell, I might say heresy here, but the movie is definitely better than the book. And the book is just silly. Room with a View. And then War and Peace. And then I have Detour. And that, wow, that one really blew me away. It really was amazing. And over here, I have pardon the mess in my apartment, but I have the Bergman box set. There we go. So, that's a real quick tour of my collection. I do want to point this book out to you. Adaptations. There we go. Adaptations. There we go. Some of the short stories in here are actually have been turned into some films that Criterion has, and have something like a autobiography by A.K. and films of A.K. I have another book upstairs I've been kind of sort of reading about him. So that's my collection. It's not huge, but it's mine, and I love it. A lot of these I've watched repeatedly. There's some in here, like I said, I've never seen. I own them, but I've never seen them. I don't know why. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So there it is. It's I've learned a lot from Criterion. I've learned how to watch movies, and sometimes I find myself as I'm walking around, I'm filming it in my head, and I'm editing things and trying to see how I would do it. And, well, I know I would be a horrible filmmaker. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys are doing well, and maybe I'll start doing more videos about Criterion, because it's fun. See you guys later. Take care. Enjoy your movies. Peace. I'm out.